Yeah. Moment of silence. Now scream to your lungs, high pitch. I mean, I'm all about the skrilla. Well, I guess that's about it. The root of happiness, absent for duty. I practice absent.
Boom. Welcome back to the Boyz podcast. It's going to be episode 5. I'm one of your hosts, Josh. I'm going to pass it to my guy, DJ. I do have a couple shout outs, but I'm going to do them towards the end before we get into our topics. Go ahead, my guy.
What up, dog? It's D. Braxton.
Go ahead, Kelvin.
Kelvin Thomas, man.
And last but not least,
what's good, TJ?
All right. So when I first, if you guys been following us as we started for the first episode, I told you that when I created this platform, the goal was to bring success not for me, but for my guys and whatever they was doing, and then just promote people that are helping support us as well. And one of the people is going to be Page 15 Podcast. I will have a link in the description for them. Is my guy Gerard is the one that I know that is in the podcast, and it was just great for him to shout us out on his podcast and show love because he really didn't have to. And it's amazing because although we're in the same podcast game, we can still show love to each other, and brother definitely did that. So I just want to say big shout out to Page 15 Podcast. And again, the link for their podcast, which is available on all DSPs, will be in the description. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to pass it to my guy, D. Brax, to go and get us started.
All right, man. So the first topic I want to talk about is success. So question for the guys. And like we always say, you don't have to answer this in no specific type of way. So what does success mean to you? Does a certain amount of money define how successful you are? As men, our dreams sometimes disregarded and replaced with material possession to define our success. And last, does your current situation feel like success? So I'll go back to that second one. So as men, our dreams sometimes disregarded and replaced with material possession to define our success. That just means as men, are we sometimes skipping what we think is meant for us to do something that other people would think is successful? So I'm gonna pass that question along to TJ. So what you got for us? What you think?
So my thought process on it is as far as do I think I'm successful? Yeah. But like in the past, I really didn't think I was very successful. And like now I do, but it's not because of money, it's like because I really enjoy what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? Like I really like actually enjoy what I'm doing, dog. Like, and like me and Derek have conversations. That's my brother. So like we've had conversations and I'll talk with him and I'll be like, you know, or he will say like straight up like, do you think, money equates success? And I'm like, yeah, because that's definitely what I've thought in my past life, you know what I'm saying? Or not past life, in my past. But to have a conversation with him and to be like, now that we're doing this, not making as much money as I would like to make, but I'm doing what I love. This is successful to me. So to me, I think like success also is because like, not even just that, like just how you like raise your children and stuff and how you can be like a man towards them or a mentor towards them or a mentor towards like younger children. I really enjoy like mentoring the children that I do have up under me because I do have like kids out here now, that like really look up towards me and they really like, I like cooking, I like doing this, I like doing that. And I'm like, this ain't the greatest, financial decision, if that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's not, you don't make the most money in the world. You know what I'm saying? You're not like a Jeff Bezos or, you know what I'm saying? Or the guy who owns Tesla. But to have that in my life, I feel like I'm doing really good now and I really enjoy that shit. Like for real.
Okay. Kelvin, what you got?
I I think what does success mean? That's the question, right? What is
Yeah,
success?
what to you?
All right, yeah. Well, I think it just mean about really two things. I mean, the main thing is are you happy? Like TJ just said. I mean, he's happy at what he's doing. That's enough said. You're successful in your eyes. If that's what matters. Um, I think what goes along with that though is respect. Respect that you more so what you have for yourself. I Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. Just those two, but mainly how you feel about yourself. I mean, are you happy with it? And you know what I mean. But to go on the U.S., like, do I feel successful for myself at this point? Not yet, because I haven't got where I wanted to go just yet. So
Okay.
when I get there, I think I'll be considered successful, or like as being in the military right now, when I get to that point that I want to be, because this ain't a forever thing for any of us. So uh, whether that be 10 years or 20 years retire, whatever, then that can be considered successful.
Okay.
I feel like I was rambling right there, but I mean, if that makes sense.
Nah, you made sense. What you got for us, Josh?
So, do I think I'm successful? The answer would be no. Although some could look in and see, far as a military standpoint, career, have I had a successful career? In the terms, I guess, on paper, yes, but I'm nowhere near where I need to be, and that has a lot to do with me, for not educating myself enough, far as financially, um, like just being financial illiterate, basically, and still living paycheck to paycheck. And of course, bills are paid and we have food in the house and we're still able to do things we want to. But I feel, as the head of household, I should have took more responsibility in setting us up so that we could be successful. And do I think money makes you successful? No, but I think it plays a big part. I do think it plays a part, and I don't think, like, of course, like, even as a dad, I don't feel like I'm successful because I still feel like there's ways I can do better. Like we talked about in the last podcast, it wasn't until like what last year that I realized whooping kids may not be the best, or always just showing that aggression towards them instead of talking and working things out and working on myself to be more patient. So I think there's still a lot of areas that I can work on myself. And until I'm comfortable with myself, that's when I feel successful, I believe. And for as you saying, do I think we replace like material things? I think so, because it used to be that y'all know me, I was switching cars every 2 years, and in my
Yes.
mind, in my mind, like being able to do that was like, hey, I know back home there's individuals that can't do this, so would I be considered successful? And it's a lot of people back home that look at it and think, because I'm in the military and I've bought a house, well, bought two houses, and that is successful, and it's not, because it wasn't till recently that I even got my credit score to above 700, and that's still not good in my eyes. But it's just things that I wish I would have learned and educated myself more, brother. What about you, though?
Man, so what is success? So first of all, what success to me is kind of what I think Kelvin said. Wake I think it's waking up and being happy. But I think to go further, if we're talking professionally, I think success is waking up and going into a profession that you love, uh, that you love to do. I think success could be defined in a lot of different ways, but for the most part, we look at success and what do you do with career field wise and family wise. So some people look at success as being married and having kids and enjoying the fruits of your labor and all that stuff. So I think those two things kind of intertwine in success. And I mean, if you have a religious background, like your relationship with whatever religious entity you pray to, so I think that's what success is. Do I feel successful? No, I don't. If you would have asked me that maybe I would say if you would have asked me that maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I probably 5 years ago. If you would have asked me that, I would have said, yeah, I'm
Amen.
successful. Yeah, I've
So so
what's going on?
I got a question. So why don't you feel successful?
Okay, so it's mainly because I've changed I like, so I think it's a, like what I was saying earlier, it's a balance, right?
Uh-huh.
Like with from home, your
Mm-hmm.
career, whatever spiritual background you have. So I weighed a lot of the success was in my career
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
looking back on that, I think that was wrong because now I'm still in the same career field. I'm doing different things, and I've even promoted, since in that 5 years I promoted twice, so and with that, I enjoy what I was doing 5 years ago way more than what I do now, and but what it made me realize is regardless what I was doing 5 years ago and what I do now, neither one of them I don't love doing either one. And so like I've talked to TJ a lot when I say success, or like at least knowing, like I'd say I envy anybody that knows exactly what they want to do in their life, So
Facts.
like with TJ love cooking, and wants to do that as a career. I don't know necessarily what I want to do. And I'm 30, about to be 31 years old soon. So, and I still don't know necessarily what I want to do. I like mentoring people. I like kicking it with people. I love doing this. I would
Mm-hmm.
love to be able to do this full time. I
Facts.
don't know. I don't know where it could go. That's cool. I mean, this is really just to shoot the shits, to be honest. But even still, I could get to that and then realize, no, that's just me because I wanted to be able to chill and kick it with the guys,
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would say I'm not successful just yet. Although I would say, in the family, on the family side, I do feel, to an extent, I feel accomplished
Okay.
because I'm coming up on 7 years married, with no scandals or nothing like that to ever come about. What I'm saying, I got a son that that I've always wanted, and now I mean honestly I want a daughter, but I mean that's years from now. But I mean even still, like financially, I've set myself up to be able to take care of my son and give him certain things when I get older. So I mean, when he gets older, and give him certain, like, not even financially, but just knowledge wise, I can get that to him. So I think, from a family standpoint, I'm doing pretty good. It's a lot that I got to learn and all of that. But professionally, I don't think I'm successful by any means. I like, and kind of like with Josh, I mean, yeah, I do okay, on the professional side, but sometimes I'm realizing like I don't even necessarily care to do this.
Yep.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then does a certain amount of money define successful, how successful I am? At one point, yeah, I did think that, especially 9-10 years ago before I came in the military. I was very much money driven. I mean, I always knew how to make a dollar or whatever. And then once I got into the military and start to make more rank and find out more financial literacy and stuff, I did feel successful because I could buy what I wanted, do what I want, but now I'm starting to realize, like, I'm starting to see people that have way more money than me and they hate their life. So I think you should aim to a certain financial, like, comfort, but don't put, any type of, don't put too much weight into that. And then the last part about, do we sometimes as men disregard those things, what our dreams are, to like, and we exchange it for some type of financial life. So I think men often are, because I think way more than women, because as a woman, as women, they can kind of chase their dream and still not be judged, and whatever that dream is, like, I don't think women are, their success is based on financial income as much as men. So I think, I mean, if a man decides, hey, I don't know, I want to have a clothing line, and maybe he has a clothing line that brings him in after finances and all that net income, he might still come out with like $50,000-$60,000. Not a whole lot, but a pretty good amount, but not enough to, you know what I'm saying, boast too much, you know what I mean? Even though that's a good amount of money. I think sometimes people might look at that as like, oh, you're not doing nothing. As opposed to like if a woman had a successful clothing line where she's making like $50,000-$60,000, where she can take care of herself, people gonna look at it like, oh dang, that's what's up. You doing your thing. I think men are kind of looked at like, man, you should have, if you have a clothing line, you should be making millions. If you want to be successful, you should go be a doctor, a lawyer or a basketball player, those type of things. So I think, and on top of that, the main reason is because a lot of women, they go getters. A lot of our women are doctors, lawyers, and because we are programmed to think we have to make a certain amount, now you forcing men, or men are forcing themselves to feel like they gotta like match them financially, when I don't necessarily think that always has to be the case. So if my wife wanted to be a doctor and I wanted to own a clothing line, and maybe that clothing line doesn't pay me $100,000, but my wife as a doctor might get $200,000. If we both able to financially like take care of ourselves, I think we should both look at ourselves as successful. You know what I'm saying? Because your win for you is a win for me, and a win for me is a win for you. But I think sometimes it's not allowed. That kind of transparency isn't allowed. Because if it's opposite, everybody like, oh yeah, support her dreams. Oh yeah, that's great, and it should be on either end. But that's just my idea of success. But no, I don't think I'm successful just yet. But I'm getting there. I'm figuring it out. But yeah.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing was I think I was a little hard on myself trying to give myself a time limit that wasn't realistic on things I want. Like you said, the biggest thing was I was kind of mad that I didn't have like my degree. Although I necessarily don't want it, I use that as to define a portion of success, to say, hey, I have this piece of paper. And I could have had it a lot sooner if I wasn't chasing money. I think I've changed degree plans so many times because listening to other people saying, hey, because I went in the medical field, although I like patients, I don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it for my lifetime, but I knew it made at least 70,000. And then like, I never even thought like of jobs that make 100,000 or things like that, because I was just chasing money. So I agree with you that I know for a fact that I was chasing money until I finally found something that I wanted to do. And even with the computers, I like it as a hobby, but I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna love it still. So, like you said, I envy you, TJ, for like knowing what you want to do. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Appreciate it.
All right, DJ, go ahead and get us into has the potential to be my favorite topic.
Okay.
You skipped me, man. Let me get in this here.
Oh, go ahead, my brother.
Okay.
My bad. My bad.
Now, on that last part that you had brought up, Rex, are we uh say it again? You can say
Do
it.
we sometimes disregard our dreams to chase a certain financial thing to define our success?
I think we do, but speaking, and I could be wrong here, as far as for
It's
black men in
possible.
America, for black men in America, I think a lot of us we replace that dream with, and I agree with what you just said, but I think a lot of us replace that dream with comfort, with being
Yeah.
comfortable,
Okay.
and so that don't just speak to yeah, I mean, like the America's on your shoulder, got the knee on your neck all the time. So you just ways of dealing with it, or what? Buy rims for your car, do things like that. You know what I mean? Instead of doing things that what a lot of us dream of, equality type level stuff, or even setting our kids up.
Mm.
So I think so. I mean, in a selfish way, I think we do that, but it's that comfort that, well, I'll just deal with this bullshit job because I know it's gonna keep the lights on in this house, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the
No.
longest, I was afraid of being uncomfortable.
I mean, yeah, same here and shit.
Yeah.
Even getting out of that comfort zone, sometimes it's still like because I've contemplated getting out the military a lot the last couple years, and I mean the biggest thing that keeps me from doing it is walking away from the amount of money that I make, even though it's not a whole lot, but I make a okay amount in the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna always that check gonna come. I mean, this the coronavirus making it worse because through everybody else's issues and stuff, I was still getting paid. Even the days we didn't work, the days I did work, what I'm saying? My check didn't change. The only thing I got increases, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard to walk away from. And I think it's smart to actually think about that, because sometimes also your passion don't always have to be your mainstream of income, you know what I'm saying? But I think you should also strive to have some type of happiness in walking into work. You shouldn't have to walk into work and feel like, God damn, I'm only coming here for this.
Definitely, definitely, bro. I've been there. Definitely.
That shit is draining.
Definitely.
It's
It is.
mentally
Definitely.
draining.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And so I told myself before my next reenlistment, the goal was to have my degree. So that way it's more of me choosing to reenlist and saying, instead of saying, hey, I have to because this is the only option that I've allowed for myself.
Yeah.
But anybody got anything else? All right, DJ, bring us to my favorite topic.
All right, man. Hey, listen to this real quick. So my question to y'all is this. I'm gonna ask the question and y'all answer it, and we just gonna continue down the line. First, I just need a yes or no on this. Have y'all all done a couple massages with like either y'all wives or previous girlfriends or anything like that?
I have not.
I have never in my life had a professional massage.
Yeah, I did. And I did. So my idea on it was it was cool, but I was like, I want to, you can't have a man touching on you. This me and my
Hey,
past.
hold on, whoa.
Yeah, he said a
I
yes
just
or
asked
no.
you that. I need a yes or no, brother.
I told you don't be
You know
listening.
what I'm saying? You're going off the rails. You're going off the rails. Yes or no? So yes, you
Hey, I like the fire though, TJ.
Right.
Keep shooting. Keep shooting.
All right, so bet.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah.
okay, so y'all, so basically, two haven't, and so I'll say yes, I have. So me and TJ, we both had couples massages with our girls or whatever, and then Josh and Kelvin, y'all haven't, right?
Correct.
So I'm gonna just give y'all a quick little background on why I'm asking this question, right? So me and my wife, or Valerie, we that's kind of our thing. Like, I mean, it's been our thing for years or whatever. So like for each other's birthdays or anniversaries, or the other person just having one of those long days or something like that, or a long week. So like you might schedule it, or like when Valerie got back from her deployment, I did that for her. So that was like our thing, like going to get a massage, and then I've even started doing like the manicures and pedicures with Valerie. Well, not I don't do manicures, but pedicures I've done with Valerie too. Which I feel like it's kind of lit. I ain't gonna lie. For a while, it wasn't my thing, but I ain't gonna lie. Once I done did it a couple times, especially a little wine, or some water or whatever. It's kind of lit. I ain't gonna lie.
If that's
But
that.
yeah, but so we've done that. So for Valerie's birthday was a couple weeks ago. So that was like one of the things that I was gonna do for her was get, we was gonna go get a couple massage, go get the manis, patties, go grab some lunch, because we usually, for each other birthday, we usually take the day off of work, and like now that we got a kid, we usually take him to daycare, and it's just us. So I schedule us a couples massage, right? So we was going to get the pedicures and manicures first, but when we got there, they was taking longer than what we expected, right? So I already knew, I'm like, oh, we're gonna be running late. So I called them to reschedule for a later time. So they're like, oh, okay, cool. So she was like, yeah. So we're supposed to go there at like 12 o'clock. But I was like, can we do 1 o'clock or 2? They was like, okay, yeah, we got one more opening for the day. Is at 1:30. You can come. And I was like, all right, cool. It's like, all right. So initially, the people who were supposed to give us, let's just say, the person who was supposed to give me a massage, her name was like Jan or something, and the guy who was giving Valerie a massage was like, you don't know, I think it was like Joseph or something like that. So then this time she like, okay, so now it's gonna be John and Jacob. Are you cool with that? I was like, whoa. I was so I was like, oh, so it's not no. I was like, y'all have no other like women to give. She was like, oh no, and then she tried to give me her whole background on why it's better to get a massage from a male anyway as a man, because you know men are stronger and all that. And I was like, I'm good. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good or whatever. I was like, but we can just keep hers and we're gonna take her. So then as she finished, and I'm like, yeah, we about to head over there. I was like, it's only gonna be you this time. She like, why? I was like, well, they only had to do it. She like, so I was like, nah, I can't do it. Mm-hmm. And then so she laughed it off and we laughed or whatever. So that brings me to this question or whatever. As y'all obviously y'all know my answer, but would y'all get a massage from a male masseuse, a professional male masseuse? If it was you and your girl going to get like, you know, massages, would y'all do that?
TJ, go ahead. You want to open it?
No, y'all got it.
I bet. So, for me, the answer would be yes.
Okay.
I think back in the day, the answer would have been no for me. But as I got more comfortable with my sexuality, and then just having like one of my best friends, him being homosexual, it kind of taught me that it's okay. Because going to Mississippi, like when my dad and everybody, they made it seem like, hey, you have to only be this way. Now, mind you, do I have to be naked? I don't, because I've never had a like full white massage, so I don't know like how that works.
You don't have to be naked, but you damn near naked. So like you like pretty much down to like your boxers or whatever.
Okay, as long as my boxers on, I'm
down
cool.
to a boxer, and they usually like put a towel over your back and like your back end or whatever. So you ain't to them. You just somebody in a towel.
Okay, so yeah, I'm cool with that. But mind you, music can't be playing, and they can't be doing his like Instagram thing where they be, going crazy with
that stuff you see on Instagram. That's not how I usually go.
Oh, okay, and trying to lift your legs
where they be
lift your like like just give me the standard. Give me the standard, bro. The basic package.
That's illegal actually.
Hey, no happy ending here, sir. No.
But all right, what about you, Kelvin? Would you get a male masseuse as a massage?
In the situation, I'm gonna break it down two different ways though. If a person, I'm scheduling an appointment, kind of how you do, and they tell me right then on the phone, all we got is Jacob and Ryan or something. I'm probably be like, nah, that's cool. We'll just do one. But they put you on the spot right then. I don't know if I would have, been I feel like I would feel bad.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
What?
Huh?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like I would have felt bad because I feel like I'm downing you to your face. You know what I mean? In your profession, right then and there. So that would have made me feel uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Maybe I would have said yes. I really don't know. But like a scheduled thing, like oh yeah, it's no problem. Nah, I can't.
Okay. So TJ, what you say?
For a male masseuse, no. I mean, I just kind of find it kind of intimate. I just look, I cook a lot, and I'm just not trying to get canceled. So look, you can put this part out, but look. But
speak your truth, King. Respectfully.
But edit these casts.
No, please. But no. Just I think a massage is intimate, but I've had physical therapy like with a male, and you know what I'm saying, putting elbows in my hip and just like working the shit out. But like
you talking about chiropractor?
No, like an actual like physical therapy because my hip. Remember, I messed my leg up in the military. But like actual, I guess it would be considered masseuse, but like rubbing on my back and my inner thigh and stuff, like nah, like that's not. I'm not.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're wrong for saying that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like your
I'm not
I
preference.
don't
cool
think,
with
yeah,
that.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't
So,
think you like anything wrong with anybody saying no.
yeah. I think so.
Yeah,
All right. So I'm gonna get.
I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of
Yeah.
cancel culture out here, and just
Hey,
Yeah.
like
Right.
we
Nah.
said last
I'm just now
I
I'm
get
coming
it.
up.
I
You
get
know,
you. I get it.
you know.
So this is why I'm gonna say no. And this is only and before disclaimer is has nothing to do this isn't no knock on anybody else or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
so like
110%.
I've gotten I've gotten massages or whatever. Like I said, me and Valerie do it all the time. So one thing, Nixon, when you go get we usually go to a massage envy or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
When you go in there, it's a whole setup, bro. So it's like you go in there, they do have the slow playing music. They got like the different like little, what's the name? So it's not like bro said, it's intimate somewhat, but it's not sexual at all. A professional massage, but it is somewhat intimate. So the reason why I say no and I'm good, and this is just personal preference wise, is because like usually like when you getting a massage done, like usually like a couple minutes into it, the masseuse will like kind of make sure everything is good. They be like, and so usually all mine has usually always been with a woman. So and they always like, hey, is that good right there? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm a visual person. And this is just heterosexual Braxton, not knocking nobody, but if I'm getting a massage and they oiling me down and I hear next thing I hear, hey, you like that right there? It's gonna throw me on. Oh, whoa, get off me! So it's I'm just kind of a visual person and so that's why I wouldn't.
Okay,
But
I'm not mad at that.
with that, like I didn't even notice. I ain't even notice that's something I guess you would call I don't want to say insecurity, but something that I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
It's
about to
just not
say.
my thing.
Now, I agree with you. Now, I don't think it could be no dude talking about, "Hey, bro, you like that right there? You like
Yeah,
that, huh?"
I mean,
Like you can't be.
they not
like you
they
can't
not
be
gonna
talking
say
to
it
me
exactly
like that.
but they gonna like, hey, is that good for you right there? And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Get off me.
I would have been mad.
You on mute, bro.
Like, still,
You good right now.
yeah, I think what I would have did in that kind of situation, like I said, I probably would have, just fell into it. Like, all right, man, whatever. But then, like, the whole time they would have been like, man, you're so tense, because I would, I wouldn't have been able to be comfortable. Like, whatever. Hey, man, yeah, you good.
So let me see. All right, so just to add more to that subject, so this is a little bit more serious or whatever. I wouldn't say serious, but this is a little less funny. So as when we was growing up and stuff, things was a lot different. The world was a lot more ignorant to people that weren't the stereotypical, hey, straight versus whatever. So with that though, has there been a change? And like there used to be a line, like when we were younger, not saying it's right or wrong, but there used to be a line where it's like, if you did this, people automatically said, hey, no, that's gay, and now of course the world has evolved and people have been kind of like awakened to like, all right, bro, grow up. It's not always like that. That's not always the situation. So with that, is there a line where, is there still a line that's like, obviously non-sexually, is there still a line that says, okay, this is this is heterosexual and then this isn't? Do y'all think that still exists?
If
So
they do, it's minimal. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I was about to say that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say if that line used to be bold, it is now not bold and kind of faded a little bit.
Yeah.
I was about to say I think it's still there, but I definitely don't think
I mean, it's cool to some dudes to get your nails painted. You know what I mean? Like that would have never flew
Yeah.
back in the day. But yeah, I mean, like you said, the world's changed. So much things are more okay now. Back in the day, thinking about toys here, when we were younger, what a toy or what's those little things that kids walk that can go up to and play like a like for boys they have like a little saw, a little table saw, little man tool set, but then for girls it was a pink kitchen. You know what I mean? But nowadays,
Yeah.
my son, he got a 3 years old. He got one of those little kitchens, and he loves that thing. But it's not pink no more. You know what I mean? It looks like a regular adult kitchen. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean that's just an example. Like we're already starting our kids to make sure that they're not like us.
I mean, shit, I love everybody. And honestly,
All right, brother, love.
shit, yeah, I was about to say I love everybody. I love everybody, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I was about to say, I definitely think a lot of things are more gender neutral.
What
Far
you
as
what you
things,
mean?
far as like when I say gender neutral, I mean like even for instance now, it used to be male or female, on not only with the military, um, but just in general. When you were filling out anything, it was male or female.
Got
And
you.
now
Okay.
there's even you've been seeing where it's unisex, or you don't even have to define as male or female. You can just put with
Yeah.
something else. And so I think like time has progressed in a good way, but I also think that it also have progressed in a little bad way. And what I mean by that is where you're not allowed to have an opinion without coming off as homophobic.
Yeah.
For instance, some people could take and say, "Oh, you don't like getting touched by a man. Oh, you're not comfortable with it." It's like, no, that's just my preference. And because
Right.
I have this opinion,
Yeah,
don't
touche,
mean don't
touche.
mean that I am not okay with anyone that is homosexual. Because, like I said, one of my best friends is homosexual, but at the same time, like we still have an understanding of, hey, bro, don't try nothing.
Yeah. And I mean, on top, I mean, shit, just to add to that, my youngest brother is gay, So, I mean, it ain't, we've always known it almost, before he even, came out, and he never like actually said, "Oh, I'm, this." It just, he just acted as he is. He has a boyfriend and all that. Nobody cares. I don't care. Like I mean, honestly, don't care. I do think, yeah, sometimes it's a scary line because you're trying not to offend anybody. I'm not trying. I'm genuinely not trying to offend anybody. But I think I should be able to say like, hey, no, I don't know, that don't seem too heterosexual in my book for me. If anything with me, because I'm not commenting on nothing nobody else is doing. Just like
Respect.
whenever people want to argue anything about anybody of another sexual preference. If you're straight and you're arguing, rights for people that are, gay or whatever, I always ask why. Why are you arguing this? This is not your lane. Mind your business, I always turn aside on and be like, are you overcompensating for some reason? Like what's going on here? Because for me, I don't care. Like I said, before I knew my brother was gay, I kind of knew, and then after he came out, I mean, I guess you would say came out, like he was still my brother. I didn't care. So yeah, but it is now. Now you just got to be so careful with everything you say, because it'll come off as an attack on, people who have a different preference than you. So yeah, I get it. I get it because sometimes people that aren't black have to be cautious as well. And
Yeah.
I tell you, rightfully so, be cautious because I don't want you to get your teeth knocked out. So I get it. That's why I won't get upset because I understand. I understand being a black man. I understand it.
No, totally agree. But yeah, to answer your question, I definitely think there's a line, but it's very, very faint.
Yeah.
Not as bold as it once was.
Yep.
And
All
I
right.
think
Oh,
the
go
world
ahead.
is better for that.
You said what now?
I think the world is better for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely
But
think, like I said, I
I
definitely
was
think
I
it's
was
been more
about to
good.
say, yeah, I was about to say, yeah, definitely, because like, shit, me and Derek come up, from the city, and that shit wasn't. You'd be like, yeah, don't fuck with them, don't play with them, but like, you end up having friends that like the same gender or whatever they may do, whatever that they ain't got nothing to do with you, and like you find out like these motherfuckers really cool as fuck, and they really down to earth and shit.
Not even, and to not even like throw them into a different category, like they just us.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, if I said something like some
I ain't
wild
No, you good, bro.
All right,
that's how much you shouldn't even care. That's
yeah, you know,
like,
yeah.
When I came
And you know, Derek is my brother, so yeah, his little brother is my little brother, so you know what I'm saying, we still love him the same. It's all the same, you know what I'm saying, and we still knock your head off if it comes to it on some real. I'm sorry.
I mean, and
take that part out too.
right.
Brother, what part we don't edit here? It's live and uncut. You gonna get the real us.
I mean, like one of my good friends when I first came in the military, she's gay, and that's like, my sister. We still, every time I see Williams in the hospital that we work in, that's like, we hug, like that's literally my sister. Why would I ever say something or try to make it seem like, what I'm saying, I don't want you to have anything that I can have. You know what I'm saying? I always be like, y'all. Anytime I hear somebody having no conversation, I'm like, oh, y'all weird, bro. Like, y'all
And to even elaborate on that, I'm gonna tell a quick story, and I'm even gonna hit him up to let him know, hey, I definitely told a story on the pod. One of my best friends, like I was saying, that's homosexual. He was my best friend coming into the military, like besides you guys, like far as work best friends that I had for 3 years. And I didn't even know he was gay. And when I finally found out, like, it made me take a look at myself to see, like, why wouldn't, like, he tell me? Was he afraid to tell me? Thinking, like, did I say something that'll make him think, like, he would lose my friendship? And, like, for the longest, like, I couldn't believe it. And it wasn't like, oh, I can't believe it that he's gay. It was more a fact that I couldn't believe that I didn't know. And so, like, that made me even start, like, approaching things, like, different and start not using, just assuming, because I know for a fact that every time we talked about what I felt, we was talking about relationship, I always thought he was talking about a girl, so I would use the pronouns she, and he just never corrected me. And so I started even, like, then just not assuming and saying, like, spouse, instead of saying, hey, your husband, or your wife, or just saying your spouse. So
especially
like,
being in the military, definitely.
yes.
Cause I mean, I've had to correct myself a couple of times, like, because a lot of the younger, people you supervise, you almost become like not a parent, but at times end up having to be damn near a parental figure to them. So like, you start talking like, oh yeah, your wife, how's everything doing? You married, right? Or you're not married? Oh, you got a girlfriend, boy, and you end up having like, oh, my bad, I'm not saying you have to have a boyfriend, and you could also have a girlfriend, or same, and vice versa. So you understand, like, bro, I don't care. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So have at it, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing is, like you said, with the line. Like you said, I think, just to sum it up, I definitely think there's more good came from it than bad. Like I said, the only bad thing I just, would like for, if opinion is different than someone's, don't mean that they have to hate that group or people.
Right.
All right, so moving on, my brother Kelvin, go introduce this next topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Do you believe that you can have a healthy conversation with somebody on the other side, whatever the other side means to you?
Nah, like what? Like, go ahead. Like, other side, like how? Like,
whatever that means to you.
For instance, we'll say we'll say race. We'll say race.
Yeah, I mean,
I think definitely if they're understanding to listen, because like a lot of people I've had like racial conversations with, they are listening with an intent to respond. You feel me? It's not like they'd be like, oh, slavery, you know what I'm saying? That was 400 years ago, whatever, get over it. And me and Derek say the same stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying, we talk, and then, but they'd be like, 9/11, oh, forever 9/11. And you'd be like,
don't forget,
bro, what? You'd be like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? Or just understanding, like, they'd be like, no, y'all just lazy. And like, bro, like, I really want to say some real stuff right now, but I ain't even gonna go there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, man, skin tone, it definitely take a toll on you. Body size, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you be want to have conversations, like real conversations. And some people, like, because I've had both. Like, I had basic training, not even tech school. That motherfucker called me. He was like, boy, he was meaning in the word nigga. And, you know, I had all the white people coming up to me saying, like, you know, I apologize. He said that. He ain't say nigga, because you know what I'm saying. Like he was like nah, because we was like in final formation. He was like, you know what I'm saying. I walk how I walk. And he was like, you know, I don't like the way he walking or marching, because we was walking back to final form. You know, you walk back to the squadron. He was like, I don't like the way he marching. Because you know, when they raise their hand, he like, I don't like the way he was marching. He was marching like them or something like that, not like he should be or something. He said something, oh, Alabama bunky. And I'm like, boy, I will eat your ass up out here, boy. What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I've had real like conversations with like the you know, Caucasian people like my commander that I've took a picture with like not too long ago. And she is really down, like, you know, has some stuff going against me. And she was like 100% like, nah, this wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've had real conversations with real white people that like really fuck with the cause. You know what I'm saying? They're really down with the cause. And then I've had other white people that just like, you know, they just want to combat the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, you're making excuses. You're just lazy. You're just black. Like, bro, we inner city. Derek, bro, we're inner shit. I mean, we can speak for all of us, but I'm saying Derek because I've been knowing him my whole life. We're inner city kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what they say about us. We're going to be dead, broke, in jail. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. And for us to be here now, you know what I'm saying? And to have this now, you know, they'll be like, oh, yeah, well, you know, he just worked harder than him. You know, he did this to him. But, you know, some of our brothers or sisters or cousins didn't have the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because just like the weed industry, you know what I'm saying? You put all those people in jail, you know what I'm saying? Because they had some type of tent on them. You feel me? But like I went back home, what was that, October? I went to the dispensary and they all, you know, of, you know, Caucasian descent. All of them, bro. And they making bank. Making bank. And the crazy part is with gentrification, it's recreational, not in Detroit though, but in the outskirts of Detroit. So they getting all that bread, you know what I'm saying, with them. Just that's just you know what I'm saying, a small part of that topic I want to go into. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
That was some real passion right there.
Hey, what?
My bad. I'm a little, you know, Dr. Umar Johnson can get on this bitch a little
brother
sometime.
Ben, wait, is this the topic that needed brother to come out his shell?
Yeah, you feel me? Nah, I got more, but I ain't gonna do more.
Ass up. Like, what the fuck is going on? No, he was mad.
Go ahead, bro.
Being disrespected.
Nah, I feel you though. Oh yeah, so it's on me. Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to have those type of conversations. But like what TJ said, you also gotta understand your audience. So whenever I'm having a conversation, whether it's race, whether it's, you know, gender stuff, when we talking gender roles and all of that, I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody, but I'm gonna listen to you and I'm gonna pay attention to your mannerisms as we talk and how you respond as we talk, and then that's when I'll start to assess like, oh, this person just wants an argument out of me. And you know, like I said, bro, I'm about to be 31 years old, bro. I don't have the patience or the energy to sit here and try to argue you down. Now we can have a good debate. I don't mind a good debate, but if you're trying to turn this into a whole argument, then nah, bro, I'm good. Or if you're trying to be condescending in it, when it's race, when it's about race, I'm a little less understanding when it comes to when people try to like combat me. But I mean, at the same time, I just have to understand, like, you know, everybody wasn't raised the same as me. So that's why I'm just listening. Are you listening to have a good conversation? Or are you listening to try to just basically argue me down? And I ain't with that. When it comes to certain topics. Now, I say I love a good debate, but I'm not about to argue with you. The arguing is different.
No, totally agree. For me, I think now I can. In my earlier days, I would say no, because I would go into those conversations, especially being from Mississippi, not knowing that it's okay to disagree. So facts that if we left that conversation and you didn't see things my way, then I would feel some type of way and not be like, no, you know what? It's okay that I understand that you were raised different from me and you have your values of what's believed, or you feel that people wronged you. So you have to think this way. So now I'm okay with going into and having a conversation, which I have had with many people that genuinely want to know. I've had people like DJ said that wanted to argue, and I'm not gonna lie, I gave him that argument. And so now, yeah, I can have that conversation and understand that even if we walk away and maybe you feel the same way you did coming forward, like that's okay. And I'm not going to lose any sleep over it because I know it's okay to disagree, basically. But what about you, Kelvin?
Uh, I feel everything y'all said, and I think all of y'all are right. Um, I really don't think you can. I
Okay.
and I'm kind of the opposite of you. What you said, like back in the day, I mean, I I almost enjoy debating. You know, me and of everybody, me and Brex used to go at it on every topic. You know what I mean? But nowadays, and you know, at my age now, I if I see if you're not educated for race, for example, if you're not educated on redlining, and you know what I mean, like things that got us to this point that we are at now, I'm not even going to entertain it. Whatever you say is correct. I don't. Yeah, I just don't. You're. I don't think. I don't think I can give you that education that you need. You need to read a book. You know what I mean?
I'm not
Yeah.
mad at it, but I think, I don't know, because the me being knowing I'm not the best educated. So I agree with that point when you say it's not me. But I mean, I think we still have to try. Um, I'm not saying make it where you going out your way like you would do your kids to teach a lesson, but I think it deserve an effort. I wouldn't say if you meet resistance, keep trying to push through the wall. Uh, but I mean, that's
I think I think you said a lot, and I agree to an extent. But I think the only thing that I'll say is I'm not like you said. If you're not educated on redlining, I'm not the one to give you that. Like, so I think
yeah.
to an extent I am educated on that, so I can have that debate with you. Now, if you want to go all the way into the statistics of every single intricate part of it, because I've had that. Like, I've explained redlining, I've explained the counterintelligence program and all of that stuff. When people try to say black people aren't, hard workers and they can have everything, and they try to use other, ethnicities in America as a they try to use them as a cornerstone. Like, well, look what they did. I'll bring up
Mm-hmm.
the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing and all of our other prominent neighborhoods that were destroyed. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you about those things. But now, if you want to go, you want to dive deep into detail, that's what they got Google for. If
Yeah.
you really, really, really want to know about it, go Google it. You know what I'm saying? So, because I can give you as much information as I got, but hell, I'm not even always 1,000% historically correct. So go, if you don't believe it that much, go Google it. Have at it. I bet you I'm not. If I am wrong, I might be like little details here wrong, but in those cases, yeah, I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to sit here and I can't break out a book and give you a grade for what you know on Negronomics. Like, if you don't, I can't educate you on that. Open up a book, go to Google, do all of that. So yeah, I can't have those conversations. But if you come to me and say, hey, Brax, I want to let me know what's going on. Like, why do black people feel this way or that way? Yeah, all right, cool. We can have that conversation, and I'll tell you, like, all right, you gonna have to listen, but not listen to just have a debate with me though. You know what I'm saying? So that I agree. I agree with you, Kelvin, to an extent. I guess is what I'm saying.
But I think what you just described, that's yes. And I could say an airman of mine has come to me and said, "Yo, I need more education on this situation," and I gave it to her, and that was uh, a great dialogue we had right there. We went back and forth a little bit, and then we both left with some understanding. But as far as like, I mean, the other side and we're debating, I think that changes the question a little bit. That changes the situation. And I don't think there's, like I said, I used to do this a lot with a lot of different people who, for example, didn't believe that that privilege exists, for example. And there's nothing that I could say that will change their mind. And I will point out facts of, you know, uh, things the government did, or things that have happened that are documented, and they still will say no. I disagree. So at
Like,
that point,
I didn't have any extra money. Like that's not what privilege means, smart guy.
yeah, like yeah. So when that happens, I can't. There's nothing more we can do.
Yeah, that's actually a good topic for another time too.
Again,
What is privilege or y'all know what I mean? White privilege mean to you? But yeah, let's say that.
110%. Yeah, we're gonna say that one because I definitely, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
110%.
Kelvin, you can go into the second part of that.
The second part is another simple one. Can we, as Black people, can we be racist?
No, racist is how you say it? Systemic.
Let me read the definition real quick.
All right, cool.
Racism, prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. Now, this is the part, that's the part people usually stop at. This is the part where you have to understand why a lot of Black people say they can't be racist.
Okay.
This is the part right here. It says typically one that is a minority or marginalized. So that is why you'll always hear Black people say, I can't technically be racist. In America, Black people in America technically, as if we're talking about white towards Black people technically cannot be racist. Now,
More.
can you be
Oh, sorry.
bigot?
Go ahead.
Can you be big? Absolutely.
Prejudice. Yeah.
Or would the people use the term reverse racism? I guess that would be a better term. But bigotry is the term that people should be using. So can black people be bigots? Yes, and I know plenty of them that I don't necessarily deal with anymore because it's just if I don't want people of another ethnicity to be around me if they bigots, I guess I don't want the same for people that look like me. So yeah, I think absolutely. My bad for hijacking your term, but I saw you was struggling a little bit on that race.
I was.
I chime in.
Spit it out, bladder.
Hey, use your words.
Right.
Oh yeah. So
but yeah, I mean, prejudice. I guess that would be the most common term or something like that. But racist, because I mean, we hold no power. I mean, like real power. Like at this point in time. I mean, we have a black, vice president,
but
like
an ignorant bigot. So
but we don't have a whole systemic power. We can't, do the school to jail pipeline for people that don't look like us. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because they definitely did that for us. You feel me?
Topic to talk about too one day.
Definitely, 110%.
We just can't go complete like hotel for a whole thing.
All right, go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing. You know, I'm on tip right now. Dr. Umar that came out.
Right. That is
do your thing.
Definitely a good topic though. We gotta respond some of these back too.
No, y'all won't. Y'all forget. You'll never bring them up again.
I told you I'm typing them up now. Hey, Nixon he be trying to act funny towards when we ask what topic we on. read the text thread.
Hey man, hey brother, I need y'all got the same amount of resources I got.
Right.
Y'all just don't be want to act like it ain't a smartphone, like you can't scroll up, like it just disappear after you text.
Like 30 different conversations.
Yeah, I was about to say we definitely.
Brother, I literally scrolled up one time and got right to it.
I had 5. You had 5. Hughley had 5. Derek had 5.
We had 2 different.
Thomas had like 5.
Nah,
we had time for 4.
Go ahead, do your thing, bro. We got to be your
for me, I would say I think I was back in the day. I used to be a bigot. I would like to think Mississippi, just because I had the mindset of, hey, yo, y'all don't like us, then I don't like y'all. So it was ways that I didn't mess with like a lot of white people, and like you can see like my whole demeanor change when white people came around, because in my mind I had already said that they were racist. Like it's been so many conversations that I had with people that have come up and I realize they cool, and I'll be like, oh man, my bad, I thought you was either sedity or racist. And just off being prejudice towards them without even giving them a chance, just because I always felt like everyone was racist against us or prejudiced against us. So I was like, hey, why am I about to keep trying to be nice and do all these things? So I was, like I said in a couple podcasts ago, like wanting to go to school to have race war, like that's what I planned for, picking spots and knowing like that's like in my mind, like that was gonna happen. It wasn't like a if, it was like, hey, when it happened, we're gonna do this to him, we're gonna do that. So, and like I said, it wasn't until I joined the military and got out of Mississippi to see like, hey, it's a lot of cool people out in this world. And like it wasn't until I started like being like, or even seeing that, hey, I'm a bigot. Like the way I approach situations probably shouldn't have been the best way. Because like I would want people to give me that same kind of heads up, or just looking to see, like, give me the same opportunity to be like, hey, I am educated. Hey, I'm pretty cool. So for me, I feel like they said, I guess statistically speaking, racist. No, but I definitely would say, yeah, black people can be a bigot. And I'm speaking from experience.
Prejudice, all that.
Yeah.
You get your. I think. Oh my bad. Let me chime in on what you said though on that.
Go
I
ahead.
think that's, I guess that is important in what you said then, because last week you did, or the last time we talked about it, you said you can forgive somebody if you found out that they were racist, because
Mhm.
you know people change over time, and I guess I see why you said that then. But and I you know, I don't know if I changed my stance on what I said on.
Yeah, no.
I think it's mainly because, like, as much as I was raised in a, I guess this do kind of like show, you know, everybody in every ethnicity is kind of raised into some type of prejudice, or you know what I'm saying, some type of prejudice background. But I think I've always kind of, it's always been kind of weird to just be completely against somebody, you know, for their skin tone. Now I have been cautious of people because that's kind of how I was always taught, like, hey, watch out for these people because they'll do that, or watch out for, you know what I'm saying. And so I was just like, okay, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's I guess, yeah, that's good stuff. I guess I never thought about it that way. But
Yeah.
what you got, Kelvin? What you think?
I think, I mean, basically what everybody else said, almost everybody. Yeah,
I feel like you're targeting me, brother.
every time, you know, me and you don't agree on nothing, and you're usually wrong. But yeah, I don't think we can be in a. I mean, basically the same thing TJ said, because we don't run anything on a major level to push black superiority. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I guess if you owned a company and you said, yeah, I'm not going to hire any of these people for this reason, I guess, you know, that's, yeah, I guess that could be considered racism on a much smaller scale. But and that's a, you know, case by case basis kind of situation. But when you have a system backing you up, I mean, that's what the term that's what it comes from, how we deal with it, if that makes sense right there.
Yeah. So do you think that so for instance, so with the podcast, if I was like, hey, we ain't gonna allow nobody white to come on, would that be considered racist, or could it not be racist because statistically speaking, black people can't be racist?
That'd be whack of me. That'd be bigotry.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
I was just saying,
That
just
just
to
be
say,
weak as hell. Be like, dog. Weak
I
as
was
hell.
just
What you
saying, like,
talking
damn,
about?
because I would love, you know, anybody listening for sure.
yeah, facts.
But I would love to hear some people, because we got a bias background because we all black men. So I would love to hear from a white man or a white woman or just a black woman.
Big facts.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
true. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I have somebody. We'll get her in on this conversation because she's definitely been
definitely. No, I'm definitely down.
Williams.
Yeah.
She keeps us saying that she feels she can give her her opinion on topics.
That's cool. I'm down.
So, but no, like I totally agree with that thing. Of course, I would never do that because, like I said, I'm not a bigot anymore. I don't like men anymore. But
I'm the limit.
all right. So, but no, good topic, good conversation. Moving into the last topic. So, if you're watching on YouTube, I haven't been paying attention. I was looking down at my phone to get more research about the Philly MC PoP Hunna. He's the individual that was trying to be canceled and is considering retire since paperwork came out showing that he cooperated with the police in connection witnessing the shooting death of a friend. So he got his most success off for Lil Uzi jumped on one of his EPs and the song went to billboards. Once the paperwork came out, Uzi hit him up and was like, "Hey, bro, you got to take me off that EP. I can't accept what you did." Now, do you think, although I already know the answer to this for everyone, but do y'all think that it is considered snitching if you, at 14, if you witness your best friend get murdered? And not only do your mom take you to the police station, but this basically there you say, tell them who did it. Is that considered snitching? DJ, go ahead.
Yeah, it actually, I mean, it is, but that's a stupid. The whole backlash that he's getting from it is stupid, but because most of the people I mean, I think we all know at this point, most of these rappers are not even, tapped in with the streets like that until they actually become famous rappers. Then all of a sudden they got all these affiliations.
So many bodies.
Yeah, people will take your money if you come around and I mean, they'll take your money and they'll allow you to say you did this and did that, so whatever. But at 13, 14 years old, I mean, he one traumatized, which I really should have been checking to see if he's straight. Yeah. But of course, rappers like Lil Uzi and all, like, when did Lil Uzi even become that type of dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know he always kind of had some, I guess, connection with street people, but his persona don't, show that though. That's the weird part. But the only thing that I would say, because I ain't never heard none of the dude music, besides I think that one song. What was it, Corvette? Ain't that his song? Mm-hmm. Yeah, which that don't sound like no street song. So the only thing that I would say as far as him, if you even at 14 went and testified, then going forward, rapping or even just any type of street life, you kind of cut yourself out of that part of like, you can't. I think the street life is no longer like. I mean, it's optional, obviously, because you can get involved in anything, but credibility wise is different. You know what I'm saying? You commit. I mean, you did one of the one street. You know what I'm saying? Thing that you violated like one of the few street codes, but. He should definitely. Should he be blackballed? That's wild. I think that's wild to get blackballed. You know what I'm saying? But I just think to an extent he would probably, as a rapper, have to stay away from all that pistol talk and all this "I shoot you and I kill you" and all that. I mean, I just would think that they don't add up. That's something I would say.
Nah, I feel you. I'm wild. You think that's snitching? Like, what? I mean, was he talking like pistol play? Was it like that? Because I don't know, dude. I think he was kind of just like, because if he was a suburban kid and they were just kind of chilling on their porch and like his man's got smoked, that's kind of different from me and you doing. Okay. Because I really don't know the situation. Like,
let me rearrange my words. So basically, the situation was the young dude, either friend or brother, was killed and he witnessed it. And a family member, I think they said it was his mother, took him to the police station because I think the mother witnessed it too, and the mother made him testify saying that he saw it or something. Don't quote us word for word, but that's pretty much the gist of what happened. So now, is it snitching? If he's not if he never was a street dude or nothing like that, technically no. He testified, yes, he testified, or he gave a statement or whatever. That part, yeah, that he definitely, he still would violate that, regardless whether you was in the street then or in the street now. You violated a street code, so now you're not welcome into that type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying from that point forward, any of the street talk, all that, you gotta let that go, bro. That ain't for you no more. That's not your lane. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it go because now you trying to enter into something that you didn't already violated in. I mean, but that's just life. I mean, you make a decision, you stand on it. You know what I mean? But now all these rappers coming back on some like obviously y'all was being opportunists anyway by getting in on the music with him. Why you ain't if it mattered how much of a street dude he was, why y'all ain't vet him before y'all hopped on the track with him? Because you saw opportunity, a financial opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I be saying, like, I don't understand why people idolize celebrities so much in the first place. But that type of stuff is exactly why you shouldn't, because they honestly cornballs they damn self. You know what I mean? So
yeah, big facts. I mean, they just, cornballs with money. I mean, some of them, you can learn stuff from, but
yeah.
But we don't look up to that. But I don't know his back. Like, was he like a Kids Bop type?
I'm about to say, I honestly, like before this, I didn't know. So I try to look at it as, for me, it's different. Because like you said, TJ, I'm kind of putting like, for me, just thinking of a 14-year-old and a 14-year-old mindset. Now, of course, if at 14 he said he was gangbanging and did that, yeah. But if he never had saying anything like that, I don't know. And like I said, I'm far from a street dude. I don't know if street rules apply to a 14-year-old.
Yeah, he's a civilian at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to say, it's just.
I say, regardless afterwards.
Yeah,
if he was in the streets or regardless afterwards, bro, that ain't you no more. You gotta let that go, bro.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And to me, even that, I feel like, say for instance, if like this is me, I'm not saying this is a scenario. This is just me, just playing with it. So even afterwards, I would say like, what I would think if he didn't get the justice he wanted, and then he fell into a crowd where he was like, I tried this way to be good and it didn't work. And then if he actually got in the street life, I think it's a way of at first you wasn't about that life and then you could be about that life. But
Maybe.
yeah, I've seen that before too. Yeah,
I'm about to say it's because I'm about to say from personal experience. Yeah, I'm about to say I see.
Yeah, but even them dudes, that's something that they gonna always have to live with is the fact that you did at some point, you know what I'm saying, run your mouth about some street stuff. I ain't saying that he can't ever be like involved in anything in the streets, but as far as like if somebody does find out about that, you in the streets, somebody
facts, big facts. Yeah,
I'm about to say I definitely think you can't run. You definitely have to own up to it.
What it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, what I don't know his background though. Like,
I'm about to say,
was he doing like young NBA type music?
I still have not heard this song Corvette.
Hey, look,
I've never heard the song from him.
If he doing like young NBA type stuff, then that'll be a little different. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying, toss him away with
that's
everybody.
That's what I'm saying. The street stuff he just gotta let go. If he rapping about driving a Corvette or whatever he did, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It ain't like he was, 6'9", acting like he was, you know what I'm saying, really a blood, and then,
we all knew he was.
Grease got hot all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, he jumped out the fire, young boy can't hop back in that joint no more. It's over. And I mean, and you can, like I said, it's your life, but just understand it's gonna be some shit that's said. That's just how it is.
What you think, Kelvin?
Like, damn near agree with all y'all. I mean, Brack said it best. Lil Homie was a civilian out here at the time. But like you said, I mean, now if he was trying to go 18 years old, now he's in the streets. Yeah, he can't do that no more, my brother. Like, even if you did that while you were a civilian, you still did that. You know what I mean? Like, that life is over with. But he wanted to become a pop star type of rapper. You know what I mean? From what that song Corvette is a TikTok song, and my daughter on the TikToks. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know the dance myself. How that song is.
Oh, is a dance to it?
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you ain't never heard that song. That joint will get in your head, man.
Oh, maybe I have. I don't know who the guy was, and I plan on, I guess, after the podcast, giving him 10 seconds. I'll give him 10 seconds.
Wasn't like that.
Oh no, Kelvin be killing that. What's that K Camp? The one that Renegade? Kelvin had me want to dance. I was mad they ain't invite me to teach me. Man. I was at the house just watching them. Like I was like, damn, left, right, left.
Remember when we first came in the military and everybody in Texas was doing the South Dallas swag?
Man.
God, that was an annoying time.
That's funny because I just hit Derek up about some past stuff too.
Everywhere you look.
We used to have some good times.
Yeah. Calhoun of the Sibling Thing podcast. We remember you got killed in the club by that one dude.
No, don't do that. That's our brother.
Yeah. Hey, bro,
I ain't forget.
Hey, bro, got to answer for that. I'll let him speak for himself on it. We're gonna have to invite him, but
nah, that's
if we was the hype man, I put my faith. If I would have lost my car, because I was gonna bet on Calhoun, I was like, go ahead, bro. And then bro said, oh, he got it. Hold on. Whoa.
Calhoun was the only with the real dancing dude out there.
Yeah.
Everybody else
he's a fuck motherfuckers up.
In the club. Yeah, Calhoun let somebody from Dallas come in there and tear him up. I was like, what the?
Mind you, this was a dude you can tell that was like he was at the club every Friday waiting for the dance floor. You can tell he was waiting for that one opportunity. And Calhoun gave it to him.
That boy cut a motherfucking rug on his ass.
Hey, shout out my guy Calhoun, man.
Shout out Joe's Volcano. Good times.
Hey. You know, what was that? Shit where he was talking about his man's got killed in the club, like ate the nigga heart.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what happened to Calhoun that time, dog. I'm like,
oh, you let him take your heart, bro.
I'm like, get him, bro, get him. You just hoping your man's a hobby. He's like, nah, he ain't that good. Everybody in the club just looking. It was like some movie stuff.
Hey, shout out that. But no, good topics, man. Again, want to shout out Page 15 podcast.
Definitely.
And then shout out everybody that's been hitting me up, even for advice about how to start a podcast. Like I said, I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable, but like I said, I can share the information that I have and that has helped me. So, and again, keep liking, subscribing, commenting, giving us ideas, and just keep showing love. Because like I said, I would have never thought that, of course, you hope that people like what you're putting out there. And like the fact that we got 100 views on all our videos, and those 100 views are in a week. I just never seen that. So, could have seen that for me. That's being so small. So just shout out y'all, man.
Yeah. I'm aiming for 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
He's definitely.
Well, look. Well, this is what I'm aiming for. Check me out at Chef TJ.
Okay.
Well, Chef __ TJ on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I got meal preps, I got dinner for twos, I got catering, I got whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, are you available for Valentine's Day for the people in the San Antonio area?
Right now, yeah, but it's
busy.
gonna cost you. Yeah, I'm about to say I am booked like most of the days. The actual 14th I got off right now, but
okay.
Yeah. So holla at me. Yeah,
and
it's gonna cost though. It's a holiday.
Both links will be in the description for his personal page and the chef page, along with all of our Facebook and Instagram. You can hit us up individually. You can comment on YouTube, check DSPs. You can come in on Apple Podcasts and just let us know what you really think. And like I said, all feedback is good feedback. Yes, all feedback.
Definitely, 110%.
If you got anything you want to critique, like we said, we want to hear it. Some of it we're gonna take, some of it you gotta understand. We're trying to keep this as organic as possible. We don't want to be too staged or anything like that.
Respect.
If you see a topic that you want us to run back and you want to throw your 2 cents in, get with us, but don't get camera sent.
Bet that. So again, it's been real. Thank you guys. Signing out. Till next week.
For sure.